This is the Mario Brothers game. Until you finish this level, you're not gonna get to the next board. So keep on redoing the same mistakes. Keep on getting hit by the same turtles or whatever those things are. Keep on missing your mushroom to grow. Keep on falling into the pit of depression and nostalgia and weakness, and keep on doing it. And you're gonna keep on boop, 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 boop. Start over from the beginning. You're not ever going to make that next level until you get what needs to be done on this one handled. If I'm sitting here thinking about, oh, well, what if, well, I could have did this. How is that helpful? It's not gonna add a day to my life. Worrying cannot add a day to your life. It's not going to change what happened. It's not gonna catapult me into where I should have been if I hadn't fallen off. So how is it helpful? How is it helpful? How is it useful? It's not.
Level uploading. Level uploading. Up. Level uploading.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Level Uploading. Fight feelings, face facts with yours truly, Shay. Hope everybody is doing well. I myself have been doing exceptional. I wanted to pop in because this is something I've been experiencing for this last month, or maybe longer actually. I can't tell if it's longer than a month, but I really became cognizant of it within this last month, and that is nostalgia. Nostalgia is something that the Bible really explains and tells us that can be harmful to our future and our keeping our eyes on the prize, keeping our eyes on what is ahead of us, what our future holds, what our mission is, and it also keeps us away from enjoying right now. We are not promised tomorrow. We are not promised that. We don't know if we're going to wake up tomorrow. We're only promised right now. The past already happened. It's gone. Nothing we can do about it. We can't change it. We can't rewrite it. We can't do anything but grow from it, learn from it, use it to discern, use it to be more productive, use the lessons that we learned there to make better decisions, wiser decisions. But dwelling on the things in the back of us, looking in our rearview mirror when we should be looking in our windshield at what's ahead of us, that is how you crash. That is how you crash out, okay? And if you're just driving down the street and you're just so focused on the back of you, yes, you should be cognizant when you're driving, please. This is not a literal analogy. Pay attention to everything, okay? But technically, if you're driving and you're only focused on behind you, on what the person behind you is doing, you're not focusing on the person in front of you or what you're doing. And so that is how you get distracted and you get taken off your course. And that's how you get delayed, because now you're on the side of the road actually exchanging information, because instead of you focusing on what you're doing, you're so worried about something you can't control. And now you're the one that's wrong because you are the one that rear-ended someone. You see what I'm saying? Like, it delays you. Now you're on the side of the road exchanging information with somebody who had nothing to do with anything. And the person who was behind you, tailgating you or annoying you or scaring you, is off on their merry way. We have to be present. We have to be in the moment, because there are things that the Lord is dropping in our spirit. There are things and signs and confirmations that are all around us. But if we're busy scrolling through our Facebook memories, scrolling through our Instagram memories, my phone, I'm team Android, okay, period. But I know the iPhone does it as well, where it gives you these random memories, and it doesn't even have to be about the day. Like, it's not even the day that you're, like, I could see if there was a memory of, oh, it's July 12th. This is what you were doing 2 years ago, 5 years ago. It could be December. It will just randomly create a memory slideshow for you. It's like, okay, who asked for this? I don't need to see what I was doing back then. I don't care. I did it. It's done. And don't get me wrong, there are some times where you want to look back, like old baby pictures and things like that. But when you're trying to transform, be renewed, be restored, and focus on what's in front of you, that looking back stuff is no joke. So in the book of Luke, chapter 9, it talks about a guy who was basically trying to act like he was ready to follow Jesus. Like, oh, you guys, I want to be with you. I want to follow you. And he was like, well, you realize that I don't got no house. I'm homeless. We out here, we're focused on right now. We're focused on making it through the day. I don't have a home. I don't have a nest. I have faith that my Father will provide for me, and provisions will be had for me. So he's like, okay, come on. come follow me, you know. And the guy's like, okay, Lord, yes, but let me first, I gotta go back to the house, and then I gotta bury my dad. He's sick. I got one more thing to do, and then I'm gonna come. He like, if you want to be with me, you can't be looking back at home. If you want to be with me, you can't focus on those things. And from a human standpoint and a worldly, earthly human experience standpoint, that seems so irrational to us, because a lot of us just think, well, you want me to just leave my dad? Like, I can't go to my dad's funeral? And what the Lord was trying to convey is that, hey, it's going to be a lot more deaths in your family eventually. You can't abandon this mission. That if you sign up for this mission, you cannot abandon this mission just because something happened. You can't abandon this mission. The Lord is supposed to be your number one, numero uno. The Lord's divine will is supposed to be forefront in your mind. So if every time a little inconvenience happens back at home, you have to run off and leave this mission, don't sign up for it, because this post must be manned. The other guy's like, okay, Lord, I'm coming, but can I just go say bye to my wife and my family? You know, can I go say bye to everybody? And the Lord was like, anyone who puts a hand to the plow and then looks back is not fit for the kingdom of God. What he is saying is that we need to stop looking back. And of course, like I said, in the human experience, we would be like, well, dang, he said he was going to come. At least just let him say bye to his people. But those entanglements are things that can hinder our walk. There are weaknesses. Even if you watch, like, what you call them, like, action movies where there's an assassin, they always use your love for other people, the love for the nostalgia, the love for your family as a hindrance to you. So you'll see a lot of times in the movies, of course, I don't know any real assassins, at least I don't think I do. They'll be like, a lot of the assassins will have no family or have no ties to their family. They'll be isolated and secluded, because guess what? Having that nostalgia and that deep love for somebody puts you at risk, because all they have to do is go kidnap them, and now you're in danger, because not only is that person who you love in danger, but you're in danger. It's like those ties that bind, they are detrimental to our walk sometimes. And looking back at what you were doing when you were not in your full transformation, looking at the people who you were hanging with when you were not in your transformation, looking at the stuff you said and did, it can be very hard and it can be very toxic to you. And I've been personally experiencing that myself this last little bit of time, because for whatever reason, I feel like things are being uprooted. Also, I kind of feel like I shouldn't share that, but we'll see. The Lord is just uprooting a lot of stuff within me, and this last couple of weeks, just nostalgic type things, nostalgic music, people from the past popping up, people trying to regain access to me, you know, thinking about old things that really don't serve me any purpose anymore in this chapter. And it's like, I'm human. Even within all of my knowledge of understanding biblical truths about looking back, you know, we think about Lot's wife. You know, God said, don't look back. Once I'm saving y'all from this calamity in Sodom. If you look back, I don't even think that he gave them like what's gonna happen if you look back. He just said don't look back. These are clear instructions prophetically and directly from the Lord. So it's like, Lot's wife looked back. And she turned into a pillar of salt. And this makes me think about a post that I recently did. Let me go ahead and read it for you. I said, looking back, which I try not to do often, but I am human, I get so salty, pun intended, that Satan sent not one but 3 distractions to me back to back around the exact same time, and I feel for them all. How much further would I be if I was in my right mind? How much closer to the promise would I be if I hadn't fallen for the counterfeit? But also, how much wouldn't have gotten accomplished if I didn't go through it just the way that it happened? I show up thankful for every lesson. It all had to happen. I know that I shall continue to be restored and will continue to look nothing like what I've been through. So in that post, I was having a nostalgic moment. Like I said, this was a recent post, and it was just like, in hindsight, I see how the enemy sent these certain people. Like, it was like he was trying to surround me with people. It was like, I'm going to send her a man, I'm going to send her a friend, I'm going to send her this. You know, it was like, if I can't get to her this way, I know I got a backup plan this way. If I can't get to her those 2 ways, then I got another back. It was like he sent people to keep me just like in this whirlwind of distracted drunkenness it was just like a lot. I won't go too deep into that, but I was really, really focused. I had really, really tapped into a lot of different areas that the Lord was pulling me toward. Not fully, I was not fully there, but I was starting. The process had started, and it was like back to back sneak attack. So I'm thinking, oh, okay, this is good, and it was not. It was counterfeits. They were people sent and used by the enemy, if that makes sense, to accomplish the goal of taking me off of that track, keeping me distracted, and pacifying a yearning for community when really I needed to be tapped into that isolation season to complete the mission and fortify myself so that I could be stronger now. However, there's a lot that would not have happened if I didn't meet these people either. So I'm blessed in that way. I know that nostalgia is something that we just really should not be involved in because it can hinder you paying attention to now. If I'm sitting here thinking about, what if, I could have did this. How is that helpful? It's not going to add a day to my life. Worrying cannot add a day to your life. It's not going to change what happened. It's not going to catapult me into where I should have been if I hadn't fallen off. So how is it helpful? How is it helpful? How is it useful? It's not. In Philippians chapter 3, verse 13 to 14 says, "Brother, I do not consider that I have made it my own, but one thing I do, forgetting what lies behind and straining forward to what lies ahead, I press on toward the goal for the prize of the upward call of God in Christ Jesus." That's our focus. Tunnel vision that's our focus. So me sitting here listening to old music that used to be a part of my lust, me listening to old music that used to be a part of my sensuality and passion, and listening to old music that used to be a part of my dysfunction, my anger, my rage, that is toxic to the restoration that I am going through. But what I have realized and what I am starting to see is that the Lord is so sovereign. We've already known that, but he sometimes pulls it's like you feel that for that last piece of that weed being ripped out, that last, just to show you like, hey, remember you used to do this? It don't hit the same no more, do it? Remember you used to do this? It don't give you that same feeling no more, does it? So don't think about it no more. Leave it where it is. No matter how you might miss somebody, no matter how much you might miss that feeling, it's not going to give you that same feeling anymore, because that feeling was you self-medicating. That feeling was you trying to push your real mission to the side instead of focusing on what was truly important. You use this to numb yourself. You use this to distract yourself. You use this to try to quiet my call. So now that you have answered the call, these things are not even going to serve you anymore. So I want you to see that for yourself. I want you to experience it one last time. Not like that. Not everything. Now, hold on. Because some stuff you don't play with. You don't play with any of it, but some stuff is just too detrimental to go back to. But I want you to experience what you thought you were missing out on, what the enemy tries to whisper in your ear. Remember how this song made you feel? Remember how this movie made you feel? Remember how these people made you feel? Y'all had some good times. The devil loves to whisper that, but he doesn't remember that you were in a dark place then. He doesn't want to remind you that you were boundaryless, that you were taken advantage of, that you were like self-medicating, that you were not your best version at that time, and that there was a lot of evil and bad that happened in those times too. He only wants to highlight the good. Oh, remember when reminiscing? No, you're forgetting the other side of that coin, which was the heartache, the disappointment, the betrayal of knowing that this is not really for me, and I keep on trying to force it. Stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not gonna happen. No matter how much you say it, we're not going. Isaiah 43, one of my favorite verses, and one of the best reminders is Isaiah 43, 18 through 19. It says, "Remember not the former things, nor consider the things old. Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it?" This verse is telling us that the past is gone. We can't do anything with it. Let it go. It's a weight that is holding you back from propelling you and catapulting you into the next level. And we can't make it to the next level until we finish this one. This is the Mario Brothers game. Until you finish this level, you're not going to get to the next board. So keep on redoing the same mistakes. Keep on getting hit by the same turtles or whatever those things are. Keep on missing your mushroom to grow. Keep on falling into the pit of depression and nostalgia and weakness, and keep on doing it. And you're gonna keep on boop 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 boop, start over from the beginning. You're not ever going to make that next level until you get what needs to be done on this one handled. And that has been so revelating. Is that hard? That has been so eye-opening for me, because I know this already. It's like you know stuff, but it doesn't make sense, or you just can't see it until you can see it. I'm not going to be anybody's anything until I get me in check, until I get my discipline where it needs to be, until I get my patience and my regulation where it needs to be. I can't be sitting here trying to add another person into the mix of something, and I haven't even gotten in tune with my Heavenly Father or myself. Like, what would be their motivation to conjoin with that? And I don't want to make this about like partnership and marriage. I'm not just talking about that. I'm talking about friendships. I'm talking about your family, like anything that community, anything that needs community. We have to work on ourselves. Do the work on this level. Get the work done. Address the hard stuff. Kill the giant on that board so you can get to the next one. And I hope that makes sense to you guys. I don't want us to feel bad, because we are human. I don't want us to feel bad for wanting to remember some of the good times we had and enjoying that. But I also don't want us to get stuck there. And I also don't want us to miss what's happening right now. The Lord is doing a new thing. So let's focus on that, okay? The last thing I want to say, I'm from Chicago, and I don't know how many of you are. My city. I love my city. I have my qualms about my city, but ultimately, that's what raised me. You know what I mean? That's what raised me, born and raised. So I don't know any other culture other than that. And I noticed in Chicago that the high school experience is like, it's like almost like how it is down south. Like, they are very college, you know, it's HBCUs and stuff like that. Very college rivalry or college proud. But in Chicago, I noticed that it's very high school, and it's like everybody has a rivalry, myself included. I definitely partake. Okay, I definitely partake in that, because that's my upbringing. It's funny. I don't really have a rivalry with anybody, but it's just a funny like thing. Nostalgia, you know, same thing I'm talking about. And it's like, people are stuck. Some of these people act, look, feel, radiate the exact same thing from high school, and no changes, no evolution. And that is terrifying, because no. And recently, my 20th, y'all, I'm showing my age. Ooh, I'm showing my age. My 20th high school reunion just passed, and it was so nice to see everybody's little pictures and everything. Everybody was so cute. And first of all, let me just say, class of 20, that's not how you say it. Class of 2005 was amazing. They're beautiful, and the people look good. They've been aging well. They've been drinking their water and minding their business. But it's like, those days are done. Like, I don't want to relive them. I don't want to revisit them. The people who are still in my life from high school are already in my life. People who have been left or who we separated, that's okay too. We keep up with each other enough on social media just to see how everyone's evolved. Back in the day, high school reunions were because we didn't have social media. We didn't have a way to see into everybody's life and be nosy. So when you came back, you got to say, oh, I have a rich husband, or I have 7 kids. We don't need that now. We know every step of your life. So to me, high school reunions are just pointless. Everybody who wants to connect with me can, and I don't want to connect with anybody just because I knew them. They don't know me. I'm not who I was in high school when I was 13, 14. I did skip grade, so I can't remember if I was 13 or 14. But let me see. Let me do the math. 2014. I was 13 when I started, but I was about to be 14. Like, I'm not the same person. And when you get around these groups of people who knew you in those times, I've noticed that you start to regress sometimes. Like, there are times where you can go back into that dynamic, go back into those cliques, go back into that mindset, go back into them trying to put you back into that box that you have clawed your way out of. And I've noticed that even like with family, even with friends, even with exes, like, But anyway, guys, I've rambled enough. I pray that you understand that the future is where, not even the future. I pray that you realize that right now is all you have. You're not promised tomorrow. There are people who are making plans and vacations and all type of stuff for next week, and they won't even be here to enjoy it because they thought they had time and they didn't. Enjoy now because it is what you have. And that's not to say not to have faith and to believe for the future and believe that the Lord has good things for you coming up, but also understand that you don't know for certain. You don't know if that is going to come to fruition just because it's something that you desire. So all you have is now. Be sure that you are being present. Make sure that you are being cognizant of time, using it wisely. And as the great 50 Cent once said, I got a lot of living to do before I die, and I don't have time to waste. Okay? So live in your moments. Put your phone down. Enjoy people. Make eye contact. Don't be so dismissive. Don't roll your eyes every time. Like, this is my last thing, I promise. Someone had put up a post about like how older people like to send those little gifs with the little happy Thanksgiving, happy Christmas, whatever. I was like, well, yeah, it's like, well, whatever. But at the same time, I'm thankful that I have a mother to send me that. My grandma used to send me those too. Rest in peace to her. Like, I'm thankful that I still have my mom to be able to send me anything. It's people right now who wish they had their mother to send them a sparkly gif, that they're going to cherish that gif. If they could just get 3 minutes of time with their mother, they would gladly accept it. So don't take those moments for granted, and don't be so impatient that you are pushing the now away, because it's going to be a time when the now is all you have. It's going to be a time when that moment that you have right now is in the past, and you won't be able to do anything about how you handle it. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I hope that you continue to do so. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.